All right. I do have other hockey videos to do this morning. I did my wonderful preview on my hockey channel today, but I do want to talk about something else because it's out there and it is the biggest topic on YouTube and it is affecting all YouTubers, so it is worthy of discussion. I'll throw this on the Entertainment Guy channel because I can. First off, I want to show this because I don't think I've worn this in a video before, which is my Dr. Zoidberg Planet Express jersey. Now, you could consider Futurama kind of kid friendly, but my channels in general are not. Now, I used to, way back in the beginning, so looking back to when I became a YouTuber 3 years ago, I would regularly curse and swear in videos. It wasn't a big deal. It was just how I talked. It was just casual discussion. And I had, this is on my main channel, I had maybe 100, 200 subscribers. It didn't really matter. Nobody's watching anyway, so I could say whatever I want. And I went through the monetization process, and the channel got bigger, and I started to discover that, language could get you thrown behind an age-restricted gate. And if you get thrown behind that age-restricted gate, you're losing money. You're losing revenue. So I thought, all right, well, I could just stop swearing in my videos, and that'll be fine. And I did. And now I get, messages from people saying they watch their videos, my videos with their families, and it's it's a multi-generational thing in some cases, and it makes me feel better. And so keep that in mind, because YouTube for years has been saying family-friendly content is what brings in the advertisers. Well, now FTC stepped in and said, you guys are marketing to little kids, you're making money off little kids, and advertising dollars are being targeted towards young children. You can't do that. To which I say, Nickelodeon? It's a strange thing to me, because we have channels that are entirely geared towards kids that have commercials in them. But okay, and I'm talking television channels with just geared towards kids. We have an entire streaming service with Disney Plus that's kind of geared towards kids. But okay, all right. That's neither here nor there. So the FTC came out and went after YouTube because YouTube was making money off little kids. So YouTube went, okay, we're going to take it out on the creators. Is kind of how it's ended up working. And I feel bad for some of these channels because think about it. So you're producing videos for little kids. You're producing cartoons, whatever you're producing. You're producing educational stuff for little kids. Educational stuff that maybe you don't see on TV. Part of the reason that my channel got going was because I was talking about hockey topics that weren't readily available on TV. I was talking about teams nobody else was talking about. So maybe there's somebody out there who's producing stuff for little kids that they don't see on TV. Maybe they see a bunch of shallow, kind of pointless cartoons that don't really teach anything, and they're like, you know what, I have a way of teaching that's going to work. Now, with the way that YouTube's worked up until now, it has rewarded those channels. They're family friendly. You don't have to worry about your kids with them. All this other wonderful stuff. And the creators have made a handsome amount of money on it. Now, in January, if your content is geared towards little kids, you're in trouble. You have to declare it's for little kids. And by declaring it's for little kids, there are no likes on that video. There are no dislikes. There are no comments. The video doesn't get promoted by YouTube's algorithm. Your video basically gets buried. They make it so that it just can't get any traction anywhere. Now, I can understand where the FTC is coming from. I can. Because there are a lot of times where little kids are being pandered to, and there are a couple of the larger channels that I've gone, I don't like what they're doing here. And the part that I don't like is when it's a little kid opening a present. Oh, look what I got. Oh, this is the coolest toy ever. And you find out after that's paid placement. So that's manipulative. And that's the kind of channel that causes complaints and has led us here. Now, what it's going to mean is it's going to mean the most dreaded two words are going to come back. Machine learning. I dealt with this on my channel when we were going through tragedies with Parkland and with Las Vegas. I would make videos based on the Las Vegas hockey team. I couldn't put Las Vegas in the title. I couldn't put Vegas in the title. I couldn't put it in the description. I couldn't have Las Vegas anywhere. I couldn't even have Golden Knights in for a little while because for some reason that tripped it. So as soon as I would have that in the title, I would get the dreaded notice that this is getting limited or no ads, and then you just don't make any money on the video. And with the content I was producing and am producing, which is hockey, and it's like the football videos here. That first day you get a big spike, and after that it just drops like a rock. So if I'm not getting that big spike, I'm not going to get it. You have to get that the first day. So I went through that with a lot of videos, and I would go in and I would fix a video, and then the bot would get tripped again. There'd be something else, and I go in and I go, wait, this is limited or no ads again? Holy crap! And this is why I use mid-roll ads. I've always used mid-roll ads because you just never know when YouTube's going to do it again. You just never know. Now with this machine learning, it means that if you have a channel and if you use like some kind of an animation for your thumbnails, that machine could see that thumbnail and go, oh, that's kids content, and flagged. And then you got to appeal. You got to go through the appeals process. I've seen a couple of the bigger YouTubers curse and swear in recent videos because they're like, my video's not made for little kids. I'm not going to start doing that because I don't think that's what determines whether or not little kids can watch something. There are certainly enough, at least teenage level topics that are discussed in videos that I make that I'm not overly concerned about it, but it's going to affect everybody. It's going to hit everybody. There's an online petition going to the FTC. I wish it the best. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to fall on deaf ears. I think when it's bureaucratic red tape, and when it's something like this where you can say, well, we're protecting kids. You're punishing creators too. You're punishing people, and you're taking away people's way of life for, and it just seems so heavy-handed and so not thought out. That's my issue with it. It just doesn't feel like it's well thought out or planned, and I think that there's going to be some far-reaching changes. One thing, watching Boogie's video on it, Boogie2988, watching his video on it. I've watched Phil DeFranco's as well. And in Boogie's, one thing that he says is, so your kid, and he basically says it this way, so your kid might be watching a bunch of interactive content and educational content and all this other wonderful stuff on YouTube right now. Well, starting in January, that's all going to go away. So if your little kid gets on YouTube, it's all going to be like Grand Theft Auto videos and cursing and swearing and all this other stuff that's not made for them. So how is that better? Now, I agree with people that say you got to watch your kids. I know. And YouTube is like a drug for little kids. I know with my son, who's now 19, but I know with my son, I had to watch constantly. When he was 13 and younger, we really had to limit how much time he had with electronics. We had to watch what he was doing. We had to have basically the browser set up so that it wouldn't let him go certain places. And I had actually it set up on the wireless so that there were certain things that he couldn't do. And he'd come out and go, I can't do this. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing that right now. I want to go to this site. No, you're not going there. I'm not one of these people who's going to claim that you can watch your kid 24/7. That's not possible. And you can't really prevent them from getting into trouble. That's not possible. But every attempt should be made to limit their ability to view things that they shouldn't. And when it comes to this site, for instance, you're always going to have a rabbit hole not too far away that could lead you either into just wasting a whole day, where you're like, I'm just going to watch one video. I'm just going to watch. Oh, God, it's 3 hours later. What have I done? Why am I watching cat videos? I didn't even come in here. I started out watching something about NFL football this week. Now I'm watching cat videos. This channel can kind of do both. But at the same time, it does feel like the FTC is trying to babysit, and it's tricky. One thing that I always wondered when the internet really started up and it's so chaotic, I thought, now how are they going to try to regulate this? How are they going to try to make it so that if I am doing something really cool online, that they can get in the middle of it and ruin it? And it feels like governments are going to do that. So we have it's Article 13, right, in Europe, that's going to make it so copyrights are a pain. Now you've got the FTC thing. There's always going to be something else. I'm going to do my best to roll with it. I don't know how much it's going to affect this channel or the main channel. I would think there's more of a chance of it affecting this channel. I've done a few video game videos on this channel. I've done a few on the main channel as well. I don't know if those ones are going to get hit, because videos now of me playing, like I have NHL 20, and I've thought about doing live streams of NHL 20 on the hockey channel. Well, now, no. That's in fact, I'm already thinking there's no point in me getting an NHL game next year, because if I'm live streaming a video game, they could look at that and go, all right, this is kids content, because again, I don't curse and swear. The NHL video game is rated E for everyone. So that could be interpreted as, oh, this could be content for little kids. Okay. And then Super Chat's gone, everything's gone, and all of a sudden my channel's in trouble because I didn't declare that it was made for little kids. So if you don't declare that a video is made for little kids and the FTC finds out, I think they said it's $40,000 per video that you can be fined. It's ridiculous. It is a ridiculous sum. I would be surprised if anybody makes $40,000 on a video. And I'm talking even Logan and Jake Paul level. 40 grand on a video? No, that's a ridiculous amount of money, and we're likely going to see more news on this in the coming weeks. But I don't anticipate it hitting me very hard because of what I produce. Because I'm not doing cartoons. Because I'm not doing anything animated at all. It's just me standing here talking to you fine people in the middle of my room full of hockey memorabilia and jerseys, and talking about movies that aren't all kid movies either. And yeah, this is just a channel that should not be affected. But notice I'm saying should not, because when you see machine learning, that means whoops is going to happen. That means I'm going to get flagged, and it's going to be, this is deemed as being for kids. I'm going to be like, really? It's a video on an NHL suspension. How's that for kids? This is deemed as being for kids. NFL Power Rankings is for kids. I don't think so. So, and then it becomes a fight. And then where I do get concerned is it going to get to a point where I have to go back to swearing? I have to go back to something I wouldn't feel natural doing in front of the camera anymore, because I can then say, oh, well, see, I swore 4 times in this video. It's not made for little kids, because otherwise maybe at some point YouTube says, all right, so if it's family friendly, it's going to get dinged as well. The one caveat that I'll throw in here is that, so for the channels that are going to get hit, and they're going to lose about 90% of their revenue, because they go from personalized ads to just general ads. Well, general ads don't generate anywhere near the revenue as personalized ads do. So for the ones that are going to get hit with this, that's revenue lost by YouTube. It's not just lost by the creators. So the way that it works is 50% of the ad revenue goes to YouTube, 50% of the ad revenue goes to the creators. So when your channel's making good money, so is YouTube. Well, if your channel's not making any money, neither is YouTube. So I do think there's going to be something else that comes out of this, because it's a lot of money that they're losing as well. Not just the creator, but they are. Now, and again, going back to what Boogie said, it is possible that huge amount of ad revenue that you have over with the kids channels kind of gets thrown over to the other channels, and so it would mean a greater piece of the pie for everybody else, meaning that everybody who doesn't produce little kid videos might actually make more money off of it. I don't know how likely that is, because I would think a lot of the advertisers that are targeting those kids channels wouldn't really feel like targeting other ones. They may very well just take their money elsewhere, because they're like, all right, well, ours is for little kids, so we're not going to put our money into videos on somebody else's channel that isn't made for little kids because that's not our target audience. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing right through, you just happened upon this video. And it is highly unusual for me to post an entertainment guy video while I'm supposed to be doing videos on hockey, as I usually do every morning. But there's a lot of talk about this, and the talk's only going to increase until January, and I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on this. So thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.